Alright, so we got the Can-Am on the lift. Pulled the front wheels off. So one thing I've been kind of researching and found that the rack, since it's a circle design, and the whole center moves back and forth like this, which is what moves the tie rods, this little section right here will actually pivot up and down as you turn. It puts a little play in your steering and eventually will wear out your rack. So there's a company called Hess, make a lot of high-end, nice billet parts. They make this rack brace. It basically bolts to it. It's got a slider inside there, and that slider, this bolts to where the tie rods bolt. It sets in the groove, and it won't let it twist, and it just slides nice. There's some shims to shim it, get it all straight. New bolts for the driver's side. And this is the basic tools you need. You know, nothing real crazy. Ratchet, 18 millimeter, you know, shallow with a wobble, a 13 wrench, 18 wrench, 19 wrench, some side cutters, basically to get your cutter keys out. And these are those handy little plastic rivet push pin pliers that I've always talked about. They're super cheap at Harbor Freight. So I'll show you how to put this thing on. All right, so first thing you come over to the driver's side, you're going to take this bolt out. It's got a nut on the bottom and a carter key. So I took that out. There are 18s. So you just pull that out, get your tie rod where it's loose. And there's a rubber boot that goes in here. It's still on the shaft here. You can kind of see it. It's just a zip tie that holds it right there. And there's 4 of them little push pins right there all the way around from the inside. Now if you're by yourself, shine you a light from the inside. Now you can see where the nuts are. You put a socket and a ratchet right here, and you can reach in this way and hold the nut there and the other toe on that side. Your steering shaft here, that's a 13. Loosen it, take it out. And like I said, I took a paint pen and marked where the groove is. That way your steering goes back with this and alignment and all that kind of stuff. So take the 13 out. And basically, as I said, you can reach in like right here and hold your nut there. And then there's one right there. You can hold them at a slight angle. You just take your ratchet from this side and loosen them up. The same thing over on the passenger side. But what's easy is you can get the wrench in here to hold the nut while you turn the 2 bolts with the ratchet. And then everything will slide out to the driver's side. Side cutters work the very best. You can pry it around on both sides. If you get it halfway close, you can kind of get it wiggled. And these are easy because they're loose. You can grab it like that and you can pry against it like that. And it'll naturally just yank it right on through. Works really good. Once it gets the bolts loose, it'll just pop apart like that. You will use this plate again. The rack thing just stacks right on top of it. And there's 3 little shims. They fit inside here. You'll snug it up and then you'll turn the wheel back and forth. And if there's no drag, it's good. If there is drag, you know, a little shim, still drag, bigger shim. And that's just getting the alignment right to get everything straight and with the new little slider inside. Pick it up and then take this sway bar link off. That way you can move the suspension up and down to wiggle the bolts out either below the arm or above the arm. You got to wiggle them out, move the tie rod a little bit of wiggling. And this little shim goes behind the rack and it has to go back in there. It's shimming the length for the shaft and stuff. So don't forget to put that back in. And basically you just wiggle it out and get the steering shaft off. You can see it's mounted here and it's mounted here. And this internal slides back and forth. This is also a great time to replace tie rods if you want to run like a heavy duty tie rod or something, because they basically unthread from this piece. I don't know how in the world you would unthread them in the frame, so now would be a good time. I basically have these little locks. I've already kind of opened that one up. Just use a chisel, get behind it and open it up to where it's flat like that, and then unbolt it. So with this new slider, you're no longer using the lock. So the Hess instructions say you torque these to 60 foot-pounds and put Loctite on them. So clean the threads first, really good with a brake cleaner, acetone, something of that sort. Put some Loctite on them, blue or red. I went red. Go 60 foot-pounds and make sure the flat part of the bolt is flat with this surface right here, because this little slider here slides inside of this right here. That's what keeps it from wanting to walk in a circular way. You use this little Delran plastic slider, slide it all over it, and basically just put it all back together.